Well, as we said, Football Australia has provided an update on the playing future of Sam Kerr following her court case in the UK, where she was found not guilty of racially aggravated harassment of a police officer. Joining me now is our reporter, Luke Doherty. Luke, what is the latest on this situation?
Yeah, so since we had that court case wrap up in London in February, we basically moved into the realm of what is the relationship like between Sam Kerr and Football Australia. After news of this broke, this court case, about a year after it actually happened, Football Australia, you have to remember, were blindsided by this news. They weren't informed of the details at the time and were caught on the hop. That was all put on the back burner until this court case was a resolution was found to this court case, where, as Joe mentioned, not guilty of racially aggravated harassment of a police officer in a London court. So today we have news from Football Australia that there has been a meeting between Sam Kerr and Football Australia, and in a quite lengthy statement that has been released by Football Australia, there's two bits that you basically need to know. The first is this, and it says, after reviewing the full context of these events, Football Australia concluded that Kerr's professional and sincere acceptance of responsibility, as well as her acknowledgement of the far-reaching implications of on- and off-field actions, warranted no further action. The board also sought input from various stakeholders during this review, underscoring Football Australia's commitment to fairness for all participants. The other bit that you need to know was buried right down the end of this media release from Football Australia today was about Kerr's future. So she's on the comeback trail at the moment from an ACL injury, not yet back on the field with her club side, Chelsea. But in a bit of a surprise, it says as part of her return to play program, Kerr's now joined the Matildas training camp for the March-April FIFA Women's International window, granted leave by Chelsea to continue her rehabilitation under the supervision of the Matildas performance support team. Now, what that means is that Sam Kerr will actually be, if not already, still yet to clarify, in Sydney. The Matildas are about to set up camp in Sydney for 2 games against Korea, one on Friday, one next week, one in Sydney, one in Newcastle. That means the biggest name in Australian football, who hasn't been seen on these shores for a while, is now going to land in the harbour city, not to play, just to be in camp. That will probably set off a frenzy of itself. But remains to be seen just what type of, I guess, visibility we get around Sam, whether we hear from Sam during the course of this week or not, or whether she's back just integrating.
Time will tell. Yep. What does this mean in terms of her captaincy, do we think?
So it's really interesting reading this release is that the word leadership is mentioned multiple times. So at the moment, Steph Catley has been deputising for Sam Kerr. She did it during the World Cup while Kerr was injured then, before she came back, and she's done it since and done it with a really good degree of respectability. Everyone in the game respects what Steph is about, how she goes about it. So nowhere does it say that Sam will remain the captain, but it also doesn't say that Sam won't be the captain. So that might be a discussion that while Sam is still a leader in the group, whether she remains the captain, whether Steph keeps the captain's armband, whether there's a co-captaincy arrangement, who knows? All to be played out, all options on the table. But as it stands right now, yes, Sam Kerr is still the Matildas captain. Steph Catley, still the one that's been filling the role and probably will continue to do so till we get Sam back on the pitch and then maybe back in a green and gold jersey for games against Argentina in the middle of the year. Wait and see.
Really interesting situation, Luke. Thanks for the update there.